Sensational murder trial in Phoenix is being compared to the Jodi Arias case, a mother of three accused of bludgeoning her husband to death and claiming domestic abuse. ABC's Ryan Smith is tracking this case.
Today in Arizona, in the same courthouse where the closely watched Jodi Arias murder trial unfolded, a jury is now mulling the case of another young woman with eerily similar circumstances. That's 36-year-old Marissa Devault, mother of three, accused of using a hammer to kill her husband, Dale Harrell, while he slept in January of 2009. She pleaded not guilty, claiming self-defense, snapping after years of abuse from Harrell. Almost the same defense claimed by Jodi Arias, convicted last year for brutally killing her longtime lover, Travis Alexander.
The simple answer is that he attacked me, and I defended myself.
But prosecutors are painting Devault as a cold, calculating killer, pointing to her interrogation tape made just hours after the killing, where she's seen laughing awkwardly about the events of that night.
I saw the hammer going down.
And to pictures like these, perfectly manicured nails and light bruising, they say show little evidence of a struggle. Prosecutors claim her motive was life insurance money to pay back her alleged sugar daddy, from whom she borrowed around $300,000.
She was incredibly attractive.
Now her fate is in the hands of the jury, and just like Jodi Arias, who she reportedly befriended in jail, she could face the death penalty if convicted. For Good Morning America, Ryan Smith, ABC News, New York.
All right, so let's bring in our chief legal affairs anchor, Dan Abrams, for more on this. And the defense seems to be relying solely on claims of domestic abuse. A lot of evidence, though, says otherwise, don't you think? Her story has changed. There's stories of looking for an insurance policy.
Yeah, it's not a particularly strong defense. The best defense that she's had so far with regard to abuse has been from her own daughter, testifying that she heard it, that she actually was standing right outside the room as it was happening on a regular basis. But remember, the defense here is self-defense. So she still has to demonstrate in some way, or at least the prosecution still has the burden of proof. But when it comes to self-defense, you've got to present something. You've got to say there was something that happened.
Wasn't he sleeping?
Yeah, well, that's the issue, right? So that's what the prosecution says. So this is a harder defense than just to say, oh, she is presenting evidence of abuse, and therefore that's the defense. It's really not enough. She's got to be able to say that he was in the act of attacking her and that she needed to do what she did.
Yeah. There's a lot of comparisons between this case and the Jodi Arias case, and it's a strange twist of fate. You must admit that these women have become friends in prison.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And actually, the cases are very similar in terms of the defense, in terms of the lack of evidence of abuse. Here, at least, she has a witness, her daughter. Mm-hmm. In the Jodi Arias case, there was not a single witness apart from Jodi Arias herself who was claiming the abuse. But, and again, I would argue that in this case, like in the Jodi Arias case, if there were a conviction on second-degree murder, it would be a win for the defendant. I think her attorney is hoping, not that he's going to actually get a not guilty verdict here. I think that he's hoping for a second-degree murder conviction, and that would be a win.
All right. Dan, I know you'll be watching this for us. Thank you so much. Yeah.